Hello folks, welcome back to Path Bar School. Today's video is in two parts and it concerns an in-depth look at carbonation. We're also going to be using two products from the Mancino vermouth range, the new Sakura, which is a limited edition, and we're also going to take a look at the Bianco Ambrato as well. The first thing we need to do is plan our drink. I'm going to make a classic twist on the Italian style spritz using the beautiful Mancino Sakura. This is a vermouth which is infused with cherry blossom from Japan and violet. So I think I'm going to do Mancino Sakura, elderflower soda, and a little bit of sparkling water. But I think what I'm going to do is make that sparkling water myself. So first we're going to need a soda siphon. First thing we need to do is break down this particular equipment. What we have in the bottom is the vessel that holds the liquid we're going to carbonate. On the top, we have the trigger to spritz the liquid in, but you also have a tube and a nice little seal here to stop things spurting out. Today we're actually going to get rid of this tube. All it does is force the carbonation into the bottom of the liquid. We're not going to do that today, we're going to work slightly differently. The principles of carbonation are this. What you're trying to do is saturate that liquid inside with CO2, and by doing so, forcing the bubbles into the liquid. There are a few tips and tricks we're going to go through today to help you get that nice fizzy frizzante, that beautiful mouthfeel of a sparkling tea or soda. What we need first is going to be our water, of course. So we're going to add this into the vessel itself. Only to about halfway in this case. Trying not to spill a single drop. Success. Now we're going to put the top on, with the seal of course. Very important not to forget that. We put it on just thumb tight, just enough to create a hermetic seal inside. Next we need a soda charger. There are two kinds of chargers, NO2 and CO2. Today we're using CO2. We're going to charge first, and you should hear it enter the vessel. Like such. We're going to give it a shake. Now with carbonation, it's really important that we get our liquid very cold. So once we've gone through this process, we're actually going to rest it in the fridge for a number of hours. The first time we add our charger in, we're going to purge the liquid. We forced CO2 in there, and now we're going to let it out. You can use a cloth, but holding it straight like this, just to purge out that CO2. We're going to add 2 more charges in there as quickly as we can. And that's hopefully going to make a beautiful sparkling water. Give it a shake, and then we're going to rest this in the fridge for a few hours, just to get that nice and saturated. So now we're back after resting this in the fridge for a few hours. It's now nice and cold, and those CO2 bubbles are now saturated into that liquid. So now we need to get it into a drink. But we need to go through the checklist first. What have we done? We purged the gas out first, and we added more CO2. We've got it nice and cold to saturate those bubbles in there. But also what we've done is make sure there was no soluble material in there. Nothing that those CO2 bubbles can grab onto and nucleate. If you put citrus or you put sugars in here, you have to make sure it's down to a particular micron level so it'll stay carbonated. But today we've just used soda water, so that's going to be fine. We're actually going to build a drink with the Sakura, so I'm going to add some ice first. This is in the nice traditional Italian spritz style, so we're going to use a soda, we're going to use a flavored soda, and we're also going to use a little bit of our vermouth. The Sakura vermouth is nice, bright, pink, and elegant. We pour it over the ice there. I'm just going to add about 40 milliliters to this. I'm then going to add some Fentimans sparkling elderflower soda in there as well, to about 50% ratio. Now what I want is that fizz, that frizzante, those pop, those bubbles. So again, what we're going to do is purge out the gas. This area here is full of gas and it's pressurized. So what I need to do is release that pressure before I can remove the lid. You can't take the lid off without removing the pressure. Once we've done that, we can remove the top, like so. And you'll see as I pour it out, it should be a nice, effervescent, bright, sparkling soda water. Just going to give that a quick stir. and you can see all those beautiful bubbles. Gonna garnish this with some fresh raspberries for color, for the acidity, for the brightness, and that is a spritz with the beautiful Mancino Sakura vermouth.